What up, y'all? This is Justin Muzack. You're now tuned into Hot Takes, where I give y'all my honest opinions about what's going on in the music industry. This week, I wanted to ask y'all, do you think that longevity in someone's artistry eventually leads to an identity crisis? In my humble opinion, I would say possibly so. Hip-hop is 50, and for the first time, we're seeing elder statesmen in the genre. So, as men age, sometimes there's a midlife crisis. And even though some artists have matured and their music has aged gracefully, some not so much. Now, Kid Cudi, he just released his 12th album, Insano. And for the first time I saw in interviews, he was saying this is the one time he wanted to not be on his independent, really creative and left sound. He wanted to make something a little bit more mainstream, digestible, and everything like that. Another artist who changed their sound and man, they're killing it is Nas. When he linked up with Hit Boy for the King's Disease and that whole series and Magic, man, he redefined his sound. A lot of critics said back then, Nas's beat selection wasn't always the best. Another person who, man, trendsetter, trailblazer, arguably the best rapper of all time, Jay-Z. Not only has he been able to keep up with the times, but his last album, 444, was timely. It was social commentary on the current state of what was going on at that time. And people still talk about that album to this day. We're all awaiting another Jay-Z album, to be honest. But on the flip side, if you look at a Drake, he's approaching 40. Some people would say that he hasn't matured that much musically, even though his sound has become a little bit more diverse in the sense of he's done Afro beats or Caribbean style music. He's collaborated with reggaeton artists. He's made house music. He's done a lot of different things. His overall content in his lyrics are still the same. He's being petty. He's trying to act hard, talking about women and just his shortcomings with them. And it just seems like he's not progressing in terms of content and being a little bit more mature. Also, another one, Eminem. Even though later albums he tried to talk about, healing and overcoming addiction and, what it's like to be a father at this point in time, there are still times where Eminem, because of his nature, is sometimes immature. Right now, he's currently beefing with Benzino, which is like a 20-year beef. And I mean, hey, if you're from the battle rap scene or, battle rap adjacent, or you're from the era where rap beef was really, really, really serious like that, and it was constant, I mean, rightfully so. But some people would say when Eminem sometimes goes back to his older ways, which people want him to be that way, he gets criticized. Now, one artist who I feel like since day one has always been mature and conscious and has just been consistent is Kendrick Lamar. I mean, every release is timely, it's on message, it's on point. Another artist that I feel like always evolves and goes in the right direction is Tyler, the Creator. Just another person who, no matter what, marches to the beat of his own drum. Even though fans who've been with him since day one want him to go back to the Goblin era or the Bastard era, you know, or the era where Odd Future was just saying crazy stuff for shock value, as some would say. Tyler's like, nah, I'm gonna rap about what it's like to be in my 30s and be successful and talk about what I want to talk about. So it may feel like the older rappers who are releasing music might be going through an identity crisis. And even though you may go through an identity crisis, that doesn't mean that you can't go in the right direction. You can go lean into being mature. You can be who you want to be. Ultimately, the world is your canvas. You can use your words to paint any picture that you want. Myself personally, I feel like I've hit an identity crisis when it comes to certain art forms that I participate in. And if you don't know, I'm a radio host, media personality, DJ. I used to make beats frequently and all that. But when you hit that wall of what some would say is an identity crisis, you just reinvent yourself. But that's just me. What do you think? Let me know in the comments and I'll respond as soon as I can. Thank y'all. We got a lot more to come, so stay tuned. This is Hot Takes. I'm Justin Muzack, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.